So I've been having a lot of nightmares lately, and I've been having them, I wouldn't say every single night, but almost every other night. And I know I've been having a lot of pasta recently. Like I went crazy the other day, I went to the store and I had a phase. You know when you have a phase with food? So I was getting bags of all kinds of different pasta. I got colored pasta, regular. I don't know why. I was just obsessed. Now, I'm eating this at night, and I know a lot of people are like, yeah, if you eat junk food, if you eat really late at night, yeah, you could have a weird nightmare because all of a sudden that could, change your whole entire mood. It's just, I don't really know the science behind it, but it definitely could do something. So, I mean, it kind of depends on what time at night, especially if it's I don't know, midnight and you're having a bunch of junk food too, constantly, then yes, that can happen. Now with pasta, I'm that's kind of healthy, but it's more like a not like a snack. Like how would I put it? Like a treat to have every once in a while. Because when you have pasta, it is kind of unhealthy, but it's also healthy too at the same time because of all the carbs and everything that's in it. So yeah, you could end up I guess having bad dreams. I was having nightmares and I can't really remember any, but one of them, there's all these knights and it was basically a game of chess and you had knights that were fight. I don't know. It was really, really weird. Kind of like that one moment in Harry Potter where they had the big chess pieces, but I wasn't there. Thank God, that would have been terrifying. I wanted to move forward. I want to talk about one of my first stories. Okay, so it has to do with Tyler Bears. He was arrested and now he's going to be going to prison for 20 years over a bet off of Call of Duty online. Less than $2. I think it was 150 or a dollar 25. Basically, that's the amount that he was going to get for a stupid bet to do with swatting. Now, he calls, I guess, makes a police call or whatever they do. I think they just make a police call off of a fake number. Well, he ends up doing that and it gets the wrong house. It's not even the person that he's trying to have. That's already bad enough. But it has to be some innocent random person that has no idea what's going on. The police get there, they're in a frantic, they're freaking out because they think that somebody's life is at jeopardy. And all of a sudden, the innocent person, they just open their door, they go outside, and then they're shot dead. This all happened in December 2017. It's been a while and time has been going on, but this happened in Wichita, Kansas, where it all took place. In the call, he made statements that he was going to burn down the house, kill everybody that was in there. How dark and how evil is that? A SWAT team arrived at the home, where Andrew Finch, he walked outside to see who was arriving at his home and see what was going on. He was shot there and his life ended because of a bet online. Call of Duty, less than $2. It's really sad. People need to take the internet a lot more serious and understand that yes, you can hurt people, you can do really evil, bad things, and you need to be cautious about this. It's like a tool, it could be a weapon, it could be for entertainment, all kinds of different things. You have to be very careful with the internet. It turns out that Tyler lived in California. He obtained the address over someone that he was fighting with on Call of Duty, and he was getting with this heated argument. And because of that, he wanted to seek some sort of revenge by using their address. That's right. Not only is this an idiotic thing to do, but it's also a terrible way to respond. If you want to respond with violence, I mean, okay, literally, that's like sending a hitman on somebody or sending the police there to be armed and try to think that somebody's attempting to do something horrible. Of course, they're going to act out in a violent way. Therefore, you are acting like a hitman in a kind of way that's horrible. You can't do that at all. You can't just start sicking the police on people like you would with an attack dog. What are you doing? It's stupid. Well, Tyler has been sentenced to the longest prison sentence that has ever happened for swatting. I mean, I would assume probably because of the state we have different laws. I mean, I don't really agree with some of the laws that we have with our prison system, but that's for another video. I'm going to get into that a little bit later and how I think it kind of goes against our Constitution in different ways. I really do think that. I think that it's something we should talk about, but, not today. That's kind of a long topic. What I wanted to say, though, is that he did end up getting 20 years. So I guess that's the longest time that anybody's ever got, and that is a long time. After he ends up serving the whole entire 20 years in prison, he's going to be closely watched for 5 years afterwards. So it's like 25 years altogether if you want to count everything. Tyler also owes $5,000, which in return, it's going to go back to the family that had one of their loved ones end up being killed. And I think that $5,000, it's not that much, but still, it's something. It's something in the end to be charged from that person. It should be a higher amount, but also they are spending their time in prison and dealing with that. Being supervised afterwards, it's one of the highest sentences ever. It's a really weird situation. Real threats deserve real consequences, and I really want to blame all kinds of bigger platforms that are allowing this to exist. They want to go after people like, I wouldn't say me, but people that are similar to me that talk about what I talk about. They start censoring anybody that has an independent mind, anybody that's a free thinker, anybody from the right, the left. A lot of people from the right that are being censored. But at the same time, they still don't want anything to do with people that start trying to think outside of the box and not be, totally brainwashed. That's a threat to them. That's not good and not a good sign. So yeah, I don't see why they're not going to try to tackle real issues like, swatters online and just joking about swatting people. That would be important. Look, somebody died from this. But no, bigger platforms, they never want to tackle the real issues. They always want to tackle these little ridiculous stuff to try to further their agenda to having more control, more power, more money in their pockets. If a 26-year-old is mad online on Call of Duty, okay, you're playing Call of Duty, you're playing a video game, you're mad at somebody else, why don't you just try to figure it out, block them, never talk to them again? Get out of your brain. Go for a run or something. Get a burger. Why do you care? Why is it so much that you have to think of that person all the time? You want to try to destroy their lives or whatever. I mean, you need to get away from that. If somebody pisses you off, seriously, even if you have anger management or something, you're always raging and stuff, this is very important. Somebody pisses you off, leave them alone. Stop talking to them. Give them the cold shoulder, You have that power to do that. You have the power to stop talking to people. I'm not saying shun everybody you disagree with, but just completely stop talking to them. Get rid of that. You don't have to deal with that. Instead, if you want to take action like this person did online and start trying to screw with people, it's going to come back to haunt you in the end. You can't get away with being a shitty person. You can never do that. Even if you are getting away with it, even, some of these politicians, I'm not going to name any names, but the corrupt ones, yeah, you want to get away with stuff, you want to do that, eventually it's going to haunt you, I don't believe in karma, but I do believe in something called the boomerang effect. I don't get along with everybody in my life. I haven't got along with everybody that I've ever met. I've been in fights, I've been mad too, but I would never do anything to try to ruin somebody's life. If I think that I'm really mad at somebody and there's no way that I can talk to them and try to, discuss it or just ignore them for a little bit, what I'm going to do is stop talking to them altogether. It's really the best advice that I could give. I think that it works. It could do a lot of wonders for you because, you're not going to deal with that little piece of drama in your life. You're able to throw it away, get rid of it. Why deal with it? Obviously, it never should have come to that. I think we all know this. But for some reason, if you're watching this, if you ever feel the need to go to somebody's house, do not do that. Think about it. Think about your own life and how it's worth that instead of how the other person, all the emotions that you have for them, it's not worth any of that. It's not worth anything that could happen with your future and your life and the capability of having a family, of having maybe a house or a better place or an animal, whatever you want in the future, whatever you want to succeed, if you want to learn a new hobby, a new job, a new work of art. Screen recorder right now, I'm sorry, literally suck. But I'm going to put a picture of this. I will edit that in. And I thought this was really cool. This was earlier in the week, not later. Jeez, I cannot talk right now. But no, there's a story. So listen to this. 520 million year old terrorizing sea creature had 18 tentacles to kill its prey. So eating tentacles. That's like basically also the picture when you are seeing this. It's crazy. Okay, so it looks like there's like all these different mouths that are around it, like not even tentacles. See that in a way? It kind of looks like it's like mouths, but then obviously you can like kind of tell. It's so weird. Anyways, it was discovered in China, and all the researchers there are really stunned. Apparently, it's related to the comb jelly, which I have no idea what that is, but I'm gonna pretend like I do. Okay. Oh, I need to understand what the comb jelly is because it's really annoying when I don't understand something. I'm the kind of person, it's like, okay, if I don't understand something from an animal, a movie, a place, I have to look it up immediately and just, figure it out. I love discovering things online and books. It's awesome. Let's do this. Okay. So, where does a comb jelly, or what does a comb jelly look like? Remember when I said me of words today? It's like a bad combination. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the combs act like tiny oars, propelling the comb jelly through the water. So I guess it's like a different way that they're swimming around and floating. Probably I would say like a starfish or something like that, right? Like little animals. So basically, it's like a bacteria. So when it's swimming, it's like a swimming bacteria. How creepy is that? That's why I don't like the ocean. There's so many creepy things. You have bacteria, you have all these dark little animals and whatnot that are underwater, and ones with lights on their heads, stuff that'll eat you. I want to say why I'm scared of the ocean is because of sharks, but that would only be one reason why I'm scared. I'm really scared of a lot of stuff in the ocean, even coral. I don't like dolphins. A lot of people, they're like, what? You don't like dolphins? Dolphins are so friendly. They're so kind. They're amazing. They save lives or whatever. And they're cute. But no, I get really creeped out. They're so like huge. They're like terrifying to me because I feel like if I was in the wild, like they might not be able to give me the same respect as they would if you're swimming with them off of a cruise or if you're at SeaWorld or something. I mean, I would never even go to SeaWorld anymore after the whole Blackfish experience. If you watch Blackfish, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people have in America, it's really sad. It's a really old film, but still, I mean, you could always watch it. You could always go back to the past and see it for yourself. I don't want to be the person to say this, but there is a total myth that was made up about dolphins and how basically they can save your life from sharks and they'll try to protect you. Yeah, they'll be your little guard dolphin in the ocean away from all the mass killers like the sharks. No, that's not what's gonna happen. Crazy octopus, other stuff that can kill you. Really, there's all kinds of stuff that kill you in the ocean. You have eels. An eel can really it could kill you, or stingray. That's how they took out Steve Irwin. Yes, the ocean is dangerous, but one of the biggest myths is that dolphins can save you. They cannot save you. It's basically a whole entire myth. It is a lie. There's been scientific studies done, and scientists, they disagree with it completely. They say that it's false. Oh, wait, I didn't mean to say that there has been scientific studies done. That is not true. What I meant to say is that there's no hard evidence. There's no good quality evidence that they can save lives. So for that, that would kind of be like a study done. It would be all the data collected and showing that. That's what I meant. Surprisingly, the evidence that we do have of dolphins and what we can see is that I would say after all the little dolphin movies were released, after Free Willy, then there's some dolphin movies, and there was like one, I think it had a dolphin, it was saving a human's life from a shark, and there's of course all kinds of other movies. Now, I think this made people want to go swim with dolphins and have a little dolphin craze, a SeaWorld and the public. So after that, what is recorded is there are a lot of actual dolphin attacks where dolphins, they just bite you. They'll just like kind of bite you. All of a sudden you'll be like bleeding in the ocean. Maybe a shark will come. So we have an article, not from my favorite people at all, I would say. They're kind of on my shit list right now. But BBC has an article. They said cute and cuddly dolphins are secretly murderers. I would have to agree. I would say yes, they are secret cute murderers. They just look a lot better than sharks. Sharks, they look evil. They have like the pointed, figure and stuff like that. Like, they look very evil in the water, kind of like a devil. But when you see a dolphin looks cute. Kind of looks like it's really charming and stuff like that, and it's nice to be around. And all of a sudden, they just turn on you. Okay, so first off, I would say one of the main highlights of this article would be talking about how dolphins mate and how it's very common for them to mate. So when you have a male, they have all this aggression with the female, so they start biting them, they start slamming their body against them, acting very violently, and they just get very, I would say, ambitious to be doing whatever they want. I don't know, I don't really get it, but I guess dolphin, they experience all kinds of aggression, then they start acting out. The most common injuries that males would make are mainly to the head and the chest, and multiple rib fractures. One of the biggest comparisons that's been made is what's happened with, SeaWorld. Okay, you have killer whales. Killer whales are very similar to dolphins, how they act, how they behave. And one of the killer whales, actually there's been multiple killer whales that have attacked people there, but there have been human lives that have actually died at SeaWorld for working with these animals. What happened with one of the girls that were working with one of the killer whales, they were taken down under and they were just, dead and just, died from that experience. Now, in the wild, that's never happened before, and I know this is a killer whale, but at the same time, dolphins, they do act out the same, and they do kind of have the same type of mentality and the way that they behave. Anyways, I wanted to move forward to my last story. I thought it was really important. It has to do with Chick-Fil-A. Yes, they're in the news again. They're always in the news. People, they don't like Chick-Fil-A for some reason, even though they have awesome burgers. They have awesome, chicken nuggets and fries and drinks, sauces. I don't know why, but hey, let's just all, hate on Chick-fil-A. It's America, no big deal. It's not, try to solve our homeless issue that we have or try to fix, college debt for all these Americans, all these young students that are in debt right now. Why try to do anything beneficial? Let's obviously care about Chick-fil-A. 100% this is violating religious freedom. Now, the owner of Chick-fil-A, whether you like it or not, they have their religious freedom to say if they want to abide by different rules and acting a certain way. They don't have to be politically correct. If they disagree with something for any religious standard, they don't have to do that. They don't have to abide to that. If you're Muslim, you don't have to do that. If you're Catholic, no. You're Jewish, any other religion, I do not think that you're going to have to abide to their rules and abide to how these people think and operate. Now, let's say a Muslim. If you have your own shop and you have your own, place maybe that you have for food, you're running that, you're doing that, and all of a sudden you won't have people tell you to act and say certain things. And if you don't want to be, according to the LGBTQ community, you don't have to do that. Muslims, they don't agree with that. Also, other religions too. I don't have to go deep into this, but people are allowed to express themselves and allowed to disagree with a lot of things that they don't want to go along with. Even if you are from the LGBTQ community, I respect you, I am there for you, I'm not going to not be there for you, for your beliefs. I'm serious, I'm going to be there, okay? I just have a lot of disagreements when you try to control other people, and if they don't agree with you, then you want to all of a sudden try to ruin their life. Not everybody, I've seen that with a large chunk and a large majority. So I think that this should be addressed. Now, this is America, but in the UK, I did a video earlier, and I also saw Peter Sweden do a video as well. He did a really good video. I thought it was fantastic. And it was talking about one of the Christian preachers that they were talking in the UK, and they were trying to talk to the public and try to preach to them, try to share their own religious faith. But I guess this was very offensive to different homosexuals, different individuals that were lesbian and possibly trans or, any other sexual preference. Now, they were very offended by this because, in the Bible, there are a lot of, references towards homosexuality, how that is bad, that is sinning, that is sodomy, that is horrible and not a good act, and that's very sinful. Now, you have somebody that's talking about that from a religious point of view. Then you have another person that disagrees with that, and all of a sudden there's a collide. We need rights to be equal for both sides, need to have protections from a religious standpoint, and we also need to have also protection from people that are also in that group as well, because they need to be protected too, even if you don't agree with their beliefs. What ended up happening is, while that Christian preacher was preaching, they were talking about homosexuality. You had a lesbian or someone that was bisexual go up to them. I'm not exactly sure their sexual preference, so hey, don't, ban me because I don't know. I'm not misgendering. I seriously do not know. I don't remember the video. Oh my gosh. And even if I wanted to say something otherwise, I'm going to. I don't care. The world is so wonky right now. I'm not trying to get off subject though, so let me go back. So the preacher, he basically gets in trouble for preaching on the streets because he offends different people that are homosexual and, other sexual preferences and whatnot. Now, I think that's ridiculous because I think that somebody has their individual right to go preach and say what they want. And if a Bible isn't offensive and it's not evil, then why can't you talk about that? Why can't you explain that? If I saw somebody else talking about like Buddha on the streets or talking about even like Satanism, like, oh my gosh, that's scary, but still, like, you have your rights to talk about stuff and to talk about your own beliefs, whether I agree with that or not. I don't believe that anybody's right should go over somebody else's. It should definitely be a match in between, rock on rock, no paper against scissors or anything like that. It has to be equal. There is no competition when you have stuff like that. It's totally going to be equal all the time, where you don't have fairness, you don't have equality in that kind of sense of nature. I definitely think that with this case, it violates Texas law, and at the very same time, it's also violating our Constitution. It's violating the main laws that we have to protect individuals in our own country, and if that's going to be ruined and that's going to be just forgotten about, what do we have left? Apparently, the San Antonio airport is above the law some way, somehow. They can just ban whoever they want. They can make up, laws and not follow the Constitution or the Texas law. Wow, what amazement. But hey, it's not like we haven't seen this before. Look at Jussie Smollett. All of a sudden, he's supposed to be in jail or have a sudden, at least, I want to say a felony charge. That's a little bit harsh, but have a lot of jail time, have a record or something. No, nothing happens. He gets an award. Chick-fil-A has been attacked multiple times in the past, and I don't think it's going to be the last of them being attacked and having their name be put out for shame in the public by the media, the mainstream media that loves to say that they're on our side, but continuously is destroying lives. Isn't it amazing? The only people that they're picking on are the American citizens, the people that are helping them. You have one of the easiest jobs ever. Talking about news, providing information for people. I know it's a little bit hard. Yeah, you got to fact check here and there, but you have a whole entire team and you're funded by the American people. You have our support. What are you doing? Why are you doing this to us? It's completely ridiculous. It's evil. I'm sick of it. I really am. I have been so mad about this for almost 8 months. I started my YouTube videos, I would say about 7 months ago. I tried talking about Alex Jones and talking about that situation, and after I made other videos. I didn't make any videos before that because I didn't feel a need to until all of a sudden my voice was going to be disappearing. I was honestly just a girl that was like doing a little bit of work on Instagram, working, doing that, and then all of a sudden I saw that our country was going to go downhill completely. One person was banned from communicating with the public. That's what I saw. Immediately, I acted on that. That's my first video. I'm not really, it's kind of not my best video. It's definitely when I first started out, I wasn't that familiar with YouTube, but still, if you watch the video, what I'm basically talking about is how him being taken off of that is completely wrong. I didn't have an audience. I didn't have anybody watching me. And I was talking about Alex Jones, something that was completely being banned for people to even talk about. Still to this day, I have people tell me that, oh, you're making videos for attention and you just want to try to be like in the next, I don't know what, conservative star or something. Like, people think that's a thing. No, I am seriously talking about this because I feel like I'm one of the very few people that understand what's going on. I'm frustrated with it. I think that it is wrong. I know what our Constitution is. I did take a law and justice class. I took a lot of college classes that I do. want to talk about this. I feel like I'm very intellectually, in the circle and what's going on. I know what's going on. I thought long and hard where I'm like, wow, if I get banned and I end up losing like my financial sources or just like a bunch of apps, my communication online, is this really gonna be worth it for me in the end? Like, is this okay? Because I have the option to walk away. I have the knowledge right now and I know it's gonna happen to people. But then I'm like, wait, you know what's gonna happen, you know what's going on. I don't think there's that many people. I know there's tons, there's hundreds that are recording, that are making money through donations. But at the same time, it's very important for all of us to speak together. The more voices that we have out, we're not that powerful. We're not like Fox News or CNN. We don't have, TV, cable news, or anything like that. All these commentators, independent journalists, all these people that are discussing issues. It's crazy. It really is. One thing I find really frustrating as someone like me, I'm just starting out. I just said I started out within the last 7 to 8 months. I don't have any chance of being in the recommended feed, and apparently they shadow ban conservatives and also conspiracy theorists. So if I talk about something, if I try to talk about something outside of anything that's really boring, then yeah, I'm probably going to be shadow banned, or I'm not going to be in the recommended. It's totally going to hurt my views. I think the majority of my views, they come from Minds, they come from Twitter, they come from other networks and other platforms. I could possibly ban from too. I don't want to, not Minds or anything. I don't think Minds would ever do that, but the other. And I think that's a huge thing right now, is that we've lost that whole recommended sidebar that we had before, because they got sick and tired of promoting us, because all of a sudden the people, they had too much power. Well, honestly, that was like a really fun conversation. I like that a lot better than my other videos. I thought I was able to more connect with you. I like the longer form videos. I really want to keep doing these videos. I like my kind of, shorter videos on one topic here and there, but I really like having a conversation with everybody. So on that note, I'm going to head out, but I'm going to have another video coming soon, so I'll check you next time.